Good afternoon, and thank you all for coming. This is a little better press conference than we were having yesterday. As a chief of police, I can tell you right now, there's no chief of police in the country right now more proud of his department and the collaborative agencies that his department works with than I am. They've done an outstanding job. Having said that, our community did an outstanding job. I'm also very proud to be a Tulsan. We got a tremendous response from our community. Those responses led us to the arrests that we're going to talk about today.
Chief, what's your reaction to this type of crime happening here?
It sickens me. It angers me. This is not what Tulsa, Oklahoma is about. Our hate groups are very spotty. We have them over the decades occasionally. They're not something we have to even, we don't have them here to monitor them on a regular basis, and we feel fortunate about that. I think I've got the same feelings as any Tulsan has. We were very distressed. Again, it sickens you and it angers you.
Chief, it seemed as though yesterday you were very desperate for leads. You kept mentioning it numerous times when you spoke to the media.
We were.
Is that because you were just desperate, because you did not have a lot of leads that you were surprised, or was it because you thought, with this many shootings, we must have more leads than this out there?
I can say that we were desperate for leads, and that's why we made some very, very pointed requests of our community to come forward, and they did.
As Chief said, again, my name is Major Walter Evans. I served as a task force commander for this particular operation. First of all, let me just say that in my 23 years of law enforcement, I don't think I've ever seen any crime as heinous as this, but at the same time, I've never seen such an outpouring of support and cooperation from the community. At the Chief's direction, we stood up a task force. That was a very, very large task force because we saw the gravity of the situation. And we went immediately to work, forming into two separate teams. One team was responsible for doing all the research and analysis. The other team was a team of people who were actually on the ground following up on all the different leads that came in. And our whole goal was to try to develop enough suspect information so we could actually make contact with possible suspects or any of their associates. Try to bring them in to talk to them and develop probable cause to effect an arrest, and that's exactly what happened. At about 01:47 hours this morning, we did in fact develop enough probable cause to effect the arrest with the assistance and support of our special operations team of the two individuals that we have in custody at this time.
What kind of weapons and ammunition did they have in their possession?
Well, one thing I will want to say is that I'm going to be very limited on what I can reveal regarding our investigative techniques and also any of our investigative findings. We did recover a weapon, but we won't give any information at this time regarding any caliber.
So what was your probable cause?
We developed a number of factors and circumstances based on things that we had developed from interviewing suspects, interviewing individuals, from detailed analysis, different circumstances and different situations that happened throughout the community. And so we pieced all of those things together to develop probable cause, presented those things to our district attorney, and we were able to obtain an arrest warrant.
Could you step us through the steps when you got this lead and tell us things you can tell us? What you then did chronologically from that point forward when you got those leads and how they progressed to an arrest?
Yes. When we got the first lead, we'd never go specifically on just one lead. And so the Crime Stopper tips were the biggest help to us. We had gotten one Crime Stopper tip just prior to us having our press conference yesterday. And then immediately after we opened up the tip line, we had an outpouring of Crime Stopper tips. All of our team sat down and we reviewed those Crime Stopper tips, corroborated them, did a further analysis on each one of the individuals that were that we had information on regarding those Crime Stopper tips. From that, we were able to develop some really good suspect information on those two suspects and other associates that were involved with them. The next step was to we looked at different locations where these individuals might be, and we positioned personnel on the ground to conduct surveillance on where they could be with the intent of making contact with them.
And about what time yesterday did you feel as though these are the suspects that we really want to go after, and you decided to then move forward?
It would have been within about 2 hours after yesterday's press conference, and I cannot remember exactly what time that was, but about 2 hours after that.
Thank you, Chief. Good afternoon. My name is Dewey Bartlett. I'm the mayor of the city of Tulsa. I've never been so proud to represent this city, not just our fine Tulsa Police Department and the various law enforcement agencies that work together to bring this portion of this tragedy to a conclusion. But I would like to point out once again that we have 3 families that have lost a member of their family. We have 2 others that have been injured very violently, and here we are on Easter Sunday. So let's please keep them in mind, not just today, but for the rest of the weeks following this event. I would also like to commend my good friend, the police chief of our city, Chuck Jordan, because he helped set the tone that we were going to get these guys, that we were coming, and we did. I'd also like to commend you, the members of the media, that provided us the opportunity to request our citizens to be, once again, show the united aspect of our city and come together in order to bring this to an end, to share knowledge, to share tips, to share observations with the police department and the appropriate agencies, because it seems pretty apparent that that led us to the day we are now, where we have some people behind bars. So I want to commend you. So once again, to the media, thanks a lot for your help. You really have helped us tremendously. The entire Tulsa community united in an effort to put whatever issues they might have with their community to the side. And they began very involved conversations, and that led us to this day. So I'm very, very pleased that once again Tulsa has shown our true character, because we are a terrific city. When we first heard about this terrible event, it knocked all of us for a loop. It was a terrible, tragic event. Nothing ever like this has happened in this city in modern history. We don't wish this on any city or any community in this world. So it's something that we did not expect. But we are dealing with it, we dealt with it, and we'll continue on. We feel like we have a city that has once again shown its resiliency, its capability, its true character. And I'm proud to say that I represent the city of Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Hello, folks. My name is James Finch, and I'm responsible for the violations under the FBI's jurisdiction in the state of Oklahoma. I've heard a lot here today, questions about the crime, but what I'd like to do is say to the families who have lost loved ones, I'd like to extend an sincere expression of condolence, very heartfelt, because no family should be subjected to this. And so my heart goes out to the family members. All of the questions I've heard here today really can't even come close to providing any comreal comfort to the families. But I'd like to say, hopefully at this stage of the investigation, now that we have people in custody, this adds some degree of closure to the family and gives them a modicum of solace for what has happened to them.
I am really, really proud. And I am proud of the Tulsa Police Department, the mayor. I'm proud of all these other law enforcement officers that is involved in this. I never would have in my wildest dreams thought within 24 hours I'd be standing back up here congratulating them for the good work they have done. I thought that they would not quit till they found the person that they needed to find. I just didn't think it would be this quick. I must give a lot of thanks and to God, a lot of people had a lot of prayers going on that these people would be apprehended. And a lot of people in my community have been calling me and afraid that they couldn't go outside, didn't know if they could even go to church, didn't know if they could go to the grocery store. I think that with these two people off the streets, the people in my community, as well as the rest of this city, can feel that they are safer because these people are off the street.